Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So last week I showed you guys how I made homemade butter using, of course, only heavy whipping cream. But this week I'm showing you guys how I made delicious French bread from scratch, and it paired so well with the butter. So if you're trying to see how I make my French bread, just keep watching. Let's get into it. First, you want to start out with your warm water, your sugar, and your active dry yeast, 2 packets. Please do not worry. I will leave the link to the exact recipe on my website in the description below, so make sure that you check it out. So when you add these first 3 ingredients, you want to whisk it up to a frothy, and then you let it sit for 5 minutes to get the yeast activated. Now, I will say this, I have a love and hate relationship with making bread. There are some days where the process goes very good, very smoothly, and then you have some days where they don't. Is my kitchen too cold? Is the yeast overactivated? Did I overknead? Did I underknead? There are so many different factors that go into bread making, but once you get the hang of it, it is very fun. Even in your mess ups and mistakes, it's still a fun process because baking is just art. It's however you craft it. Not all the time when you get perfect loaves, not all the time when you get a perfect texture, but if you keep practicing, the better you get. So after I let the yeast mixture sit, I'm going to add everything else into the bowl, my oil, my salt, my bread flour, and then I'm going to have with the dough attachment on my stand mixer and knead it for 5 to 8 minutes. Next, I'm going to oil my bowl, and then I'm going to kind of hand knead the dough a little bit to get a smooth surface. And then I'm going to let that dough sit in that bowl for 1 hour and 30 minutes in a warm environment. If it is too cold, please just put it in the oven with your oven light. Put it in the oven with your oven light on only and let it kind of get in a warm environment. Let it rest and rise for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, once the hour and 30 minutes up, I'm going to punch my dough, and then I'm going to go ahead and get that oven preheated to 375 degrees. And then I'm going to take my dough, divide it into 2 loaves, and then I'm going to form each loaf, shape them in like a rectangular shape, get them tucked, and then put them on my silicone mold that I have for French bread. But some people just put them in a prepared dish, in a loaf pan, whatever you have. But I personally use the silicone loaf divider pans, and it just goes on a cookie sheet, and I just let that rise an additional hour. Okay, so once I form my 2 loaves, put them in the loaf pan, the loaf silicone mold, I'm gonna let that rise again for another hour, and then we're gonna toss those in the oven for 35 minutes, and you have delicious French bread. Look at these beautiful loaves, guys. So golden and crispy and crusty. I'm so excited and I'm so happy and proud of myself. So yeah, again, I will leave everything in the description below, the direct link to this recipe if you guys want to try it at home for yourselves. And again, it paired amazingly with that butter that I made. So until next time, you guys be blessed, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.